my goodness. See, look. This is what I always tell people. Cat is trying to attack the mouse cursor right there. What she's trying to do. She doesn't like the cursor, and so she attacks it. You hear her like kind of hitting at it. I know that there's some like on the the actual bosses are in the Volcano Manor, and they're a little bit different, but I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like I'll watch something and Vati will explain like why something is somewhere, and I'm like, oh, that's so cool. And then I try to think of it, and I'm like, I have no idea why they would put that specific enemy or that boss there. Like, I don't know. But there's like a lot more thought that goes into it, I feel like, than just kind of randomly like, nah, we can just throw some of these guys over there, we'll throw some of those guys over there. Like, I feel like they really do think about where they're gonna put certain enemies, and it's supposed to kind of be like some story building or world building or whatever. Bro, all the guys hanging from trees, crazy. But yeah, I would have loved like a flamethrower version of Vega. That sounds awesome. Instead of being able to like grab you, it just like opens up and shoots out like a big flame or something. That would have been cool. Or two hands as flamethrowers or something. He's the next dude I'm probably gonna end up removing, even though it's not that slow, because I have to run all the way over here and then kind of dart back over here. I think that's the next skidoo I'm gonna end up dropping from the run, ideally. But I need to get this more consistent. Now that I've dropped to 9, it has not been that consistent. Are you gonna do a stomp? Okay, that's fine. We're okay. We should be good. I don't like his kick if I'm not running kind of like around him or I'm really close to him, because I feel like those rocks are harder to dodge. You can't really jump over them from the terrain where you're at over there and all that. But we're gonna try real quick to jump off. Look at that. Fast. There we go. We're gonna save just so much time just not having to do the slow get off of Torrent every time. That's gonna be our goal. Always jump off. God, every time I had to do this slow ass animation, I just thought, man, there's got to be a faster way to do this. That's just my ignorance. That's why I can feel pretty confident putting I'm not very good at Elden Ring in the bingo chat. Because there's a lot of shit like that that I just don't know. I know a lot about the things that I do. I don't know a lot about like certain weapons I don't use. If it's a mechanic that I don't use, I'm very, very ignorant when it comes to this game about certain things. Oh my gosh, that's so much nicer. Holy crap. Even if it's just like a little bit of time. I have to get off the horse so much. It'll eventually add up and save me like 30 seconds probably. Throughout the whole run. And I really probably should go just get, I keep complaining about it, to make this run more consistent, I should go get the other 2 flasks, because I only have 12. I should go back into the base game and finish out my my 2 other flasks so I have 14, because like that last run, I got a first try on Radon, but I had no health left. I had no flask afterwards and everything, and so it would just probably make it a little more consistent when I get to the final boss. Being able to have the extra 2 flasks. Man, this dude actually, he almost never hits me with this crossbow, but he has hit me a couple times and it sucks. It staggers you quite a bit when he hits you. Dude, so many dead bodies. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, YouTube. I'll try not to look at them. Don't get mad at me for showing all the dead bodies off. Like a bunch of hanging dudes in the trees, a bunch of people on pikes. It's crazy. Okay, so now we're going to not die to the spear guy. This Mesmer spear dude, I've started taking like a different way to get into the camp, and he just like, I need to like kind of come at an angle or something so he doesn't see me as quick. He wakes up and they have a little quick spear move they do that even Banjo was talking about when he goes and practices. The Mesmer soldier spear guys have a spear attack that is fast. It is actually really, really fast. You have to kind of like be aware of it and kind of be ready for it, or it just comes out so quick and there's not a lot of like build up or wind up to it. And usually he'll hit me and it'll stagger Torrent, and then before I can get out of the way, he hits me with the second one, knocks me down, and then before I can get up, they kill me. They just hit me like as I'm getting up, because I have to go through that long ass animation. It really sucks. So I need to try to figure out like a better path to get up into the camp without alerting him so far away, so he doesn't have as much time to wake up and attack me. It's very scary. But this is gonna be the run. Here we go. We're gonna crush this out. We've had some pretty poor runs today. But again, I don't know if you saw Wajaz. We got a sub 44. I didn't go into Parker's chat and brag about it like I've been doing. We got a sub 44 yesterday, and I feel really good. It's only by 3 seconds, but hey, so sub 44, sub 44. So we're slowly getting better and better, but I still think we can save about a minute off this run if we get everything proper. And mostly it's how the Hippo and Romina fight go, because they can go really, really fast, or they can kind of end up dragging on and adding like 30 seconds to a minute just by themselves. So if I can get in and get like really good Hippo and Romina fights, and then have nothing else go wrong in the rest of the fights, and just do them kind of as is, I can save some time. There we go, 5:20, that's pretty good. We're like a minute faster than we were last time, just because we didn't dismount from Torrent a bunch. I guess it's just both 2 double axe guys there. I thought it was a double axe and then the other one, because I think the Virgin Abductor duo fight is like, one of them has the double axe arms, and then one of them has the wheel arms, I think is it. And I thought one of them had the wheel arms, but I don't think they do. Maybe they do, I'm just being dumb. We're gonna try to avoid the dragon. We started going left here so we can grab this skidoo from this camp first. It feels like it's the fastest route to grab all these skidoos that we grab. We'll see. And again, I'm kind of gonna come at a little bit of an angle here. I'm gonna... Oh, frame drop. I'm gonna come a little bit to the right, so maybe he doesn't see me as early. And then we'll run up. There we go. Jump over him. There. That way he doesn't have as much time maybe to register that I'm there. If I come from like right in front of him, he sees me coming and is able to get those attacks off, which we don't want. But now we'll head over to the cave. Again, we got a couple of skidoos to pick up, and then ideally we'll be at the Hippo fight and it'll go well. Ideally, I'll say that, and then we'll have a terrible time at the Hippo or something, but hopefully the setup for this run will be a little better. Again, we just had some poor runs, had some stuff go wrong. We had an actually pretty good run, and then we just lost it at the NPC fight, but I feel more confident. During our last run, I think I found a way to make the NPC fight more consistent now with the less skidoo, so I'm going to try that trick out, even if it costs us like 5 seconds or something, a little bit longer than like our best NPC fight. It's better than having to do the fight twice and dying and all that stuff. So again, I hope you're not hearing my phone go off, but I've been saying my brother and his wife are having a kid, and so they're blowing up the family chat right now, and everybody's super happy for them. Their first kid, so I'm gonna be an uncle eventually. It makes me feel old, that's for sure. Oh, I wasn't running, so we did the slow animation. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We'll make sure we jump off the next one. What sucks is you get like forced off the slow way whenever you get invaded, and when you run up to the castle. Like whenever you run over like a threshold where they force you off Torrent, they always make you get off the slow way. So I need to like maybe try jumping off into that threshold or something so that I can save a little bit of time. Again, that's like real min-maxing right there, but it just makes me feel better that I can jump off quicker. I cannot believe I did 77 runs and didn't know that, or 76. That hurts my soul. Alright, we're going to avoid the archer to our left. You can't really see him, but you'll probably see the arrows flying through the screen. Just like that. There goes another one. Usually only shoots 3. See right here though, we're going to actually do a little jump. It's going to make us get off Torrent. Ah, I jumped a little early. You can usually jump a little further in here, and then you don't have to run as far while you're off of Torrent. We'll use a rune arc. And we will get up here. And ideally... Come on. Sit here. Grab the grace. Here we go, and then we'll sit down at it and use the skidoos. Again, I've been thinking about maybe just doing the Hippo fight and then teleporting away after the Hippo fight. I don't know if it would lose us too much time, but if I can kill the hippo by the door, it's definitely fastest to do that, because I would have to come back to probably this grace. I wouldn't have the other grace before I do all these little teleports, but it would make it a little more consistent where like I would know if I had to reset before I did all this stuff, because it sucks to do all of this. We do the run all the way over there, we get to this point, and then we do all this talking, but then we still go in and have to reset because the hippo fight goes bad. But I don't know. It's just some min-maxing I've been thinking about, but again, if I can kill him properly up against the door where I want to, then it would be faster to do it that way, for sure, but we'll see. Man, I was quick on this depression split, I will say that, because you can see, even though we're going to talk to this dude, we're going to be pretty much right on the same time, and now the split was a little messed up, so that's why we saved a minute and 20 seconds technically, but that's probably how fast we did it the last time, but it's right here. Like, yeah, it's pretty quick on this stuff. There we go, saved 11 seconds. Alright, we're gonna do this right. We got a minute 40. We can definitely get the hippo in a minute if we do it right. Only got the one hit, it's okay, we just won't get the quick stagger. And he's gonna run away from us. But ideally he doesn't go that far, and we get a stagger here. There we go. We'll get a punish. We'll get the riposte. We'll get the punish after the riposte. Missed a little bit. We're going to try not to get hit by any of the quills. We don't want this move, but he is rolling into the right spot, at least, if he's going to do that move. We want him to stay near this door as much as he can. Oh, I missed. I thought I could get a stagger off there, and I probably could have. We'll go ahead and heal here. It's okay. Dragging him away from the door that we really want to have him at, but it's all right. Not the end of the world. Again, slower thing is to just die here, but we would have liked to have gotten at least one of those staggers off that we didn't. We'll get the riposte. We didn't get a punish there. I even jumped. You saw the swing didn't happen, which really blows. There we go, and that's it. Okay, it's okay, hippo fight. Not bad. We aren't in the red yet, and like I said, the beginning of this run is the tightest part. We have time save in the end of this run, so if we can keep up with some greens, even if it's just 10 seconds here, you know, 11 seconds here, that type of thing, but then we just have a clean final part of this run, we can definitely save some time. Sucks to get hit by that guy because we do kind of have to safety heal here. There's just a lot of guys that are going to smack us in the back, and we don't want to be low on dying. Little serpentine pattern to dodge the arrows. Dodge the last one. He shoots 3 arrows if you run kind of straight through that room. The first one you dodge with a little serpentine pattern. The second one you can just run to the other side of that table and he'll just shoot it into a chair. And then the last one is the only one you really have to dodge. Those shadow guys mostly will dodge you or miss you, even if you just kind of keep running, but every now and then that dude that jumps at me will hit me, so I will go ahead and roll it usually. This guy can be really mean, because I always point out they can kind of get you into a frame trap with those fire, because they will throw the fire up and it's delayed, and then they'll swing at you, and if you're not careful while you're trying to dodge the fire, you'll end up like rolling into one of their melee attacks. And so ideally you don't get frame trapped. You either dodge a little late on the fire so that you dodge both, or you just don't get the fire with a melee back to back, because it can be a little scary. Mesmer can do that too. Well, he has kind of that same like delayed fire move, and if you're not careful while you're trying to dodge that or his melee move, you'll get hit by the other one. And so you just gotta watch those moves a little bit and just be careful. As long as you know that they are there and they're coming, you can always like kind of space yourself out a little bit and make sure that you're not in melee range while that flame is up, other stuff like that, which will help. But we are going to try to run as quick as we can. Again, we've got pretty good time, and as long as we get a pretty nice mesmer, we'll be on track. We haven't had a nice mesmer all night. I think we've literally got him second try pretty much every night, or every run tonight, and we definitely messed him up a lot on the first run. We stuck with him for a little bit, but it was pretty bad. So ideally we'll kind of redeem ourselves, and we'll just first try everyone is the goal, but we'll definitely try to get a first try mesmer and then keep on keeping on. What you got in your paw, baby? Huh? What you got? She's chewing on her paw. I'm just trying to make sure she doesn't have something bad stuck in it or something like a thorn or anything like that. Oh, we did get hit by that, which sucks because it knocks us down, which is like, I'd almost rather get hit by the fire than the gold thing, because we at least don't get knocked down, but it's okay. I think that guy actually fell off the edge because I got sometimes I just get random runes in this game. Banjo had this happen where he got invaded in the first legacy dungeon, and there's just some like deloading stuff that's kind of happening behind the scenes that you're not really aware of. You don't usually see it, and he ended up deloading an area, and the guy just fell. He just fell and died. And you'll see randomly sometimes I'll just gain some extra souls here and there, and I think that's kind of what's happening, is either enemies are just jumping off the edge like dummies, or once I run through an area, they're still kind of aggroed onto me chasing me, but the area kind of behind, after I turn a corner, something deloads and they like fall to the ground or something. They've done some little behind the scenes stuff to kind of, so you shouldn't see it very much. The only way Banjo was able to see it, he jumped up to like an area he probably shouldn't have been and was able to see like the deloaded section. But really weird how they're trying to do it, because it is a big game, so I guess they're just trying to save your computer from dying, trying to keep all this stuff loaded up and all these enemies and stuff. So like once you round a corner, there's like a section or whatever that will deload, but it looks really funny if you ever find it, and it makes it so, again, you just randomly will gain some runes every now and then where some dude will just die. But we'll just dodge at the top of the stairs there, and usually that'll miss us. We're on pace for a pretty good time as long as we don't have any issues with this red cape. I always say this dude gets paid the most by Mesmer. He gets bonuses and all that, and you can see him just really working trying to kill me. And he even can step in front of you if you're not careful. And he'll body block you in that door, and so you actually have to like drag him away and then go through the door, and it's really, really bad. So we're going to... Oh, no, we don't split there, sorry. We sit here, though. Maybe I should add a split there, but there's no reason to, I don't think, because we split right after Mesmer. We usually level up, but we're just not going to. We didn't buff up, we should have, but it's okay. I'm just trying to speed this along. We'll buff up, we'll just miss one RKR that we get at the beginning. It's about 1,000 damage, but we should make up for it. Skip the cutscene, buff up. There we go. You should get a stagger pretty early on him, and then we're going to try to set up for a stagger into phase 2, I always mention, because that's like the ideal way for the fight to go, at least for me, is to get a nice little stagger on him right at the beginning of phase 2. Dodged a little early there, but we are not going to dodge early on that next attack. I always say that attack you can literally dodge, you can hit him during that attack and still dodge too early if you're not careful, just because that's how long he charges it up. We're into phase 2. We'll RKR. We'll try to do it and get a stagger right here. There we go. We'll get a frost proc here with the riposte. And like I said, this just makes the second phase just a little more consistent. He's gonna open up with a snake move usually. No, he didn't. That's fine. We don't want him to do the snake move, but if he is gonna do it, we want to make sure he does it on our terms and not his terms. But yeah, ideally he does no snake moves, because the snake moves are hard to punish. I got no stamina, so we're just gonna see what his follow-up is. This should be the end of the fight right here. Oh, right here. There we go. Now we're gonna run and go summon Hornsent. We'll go to the Grace. Pretty good first try, Mesmer. That's good. Got that. We're gonna go stand at the Grace, and as soon as he dies, the Grace will pop up. We'll grab it, and during the animation, we will split. So there we go. We saved a little time on that. We're going to sit down. We're going to use our runes because we already have to sit down, so why not? We're going to throw most of them into endurance. We'll throw a few of them into strength here and there. We'll listen to the amazing Hornsent VA. He had fun, you can tell, doing the voice acting. But there we go. There we go, redeemed. I talked to him one extra time than I should have because I'm a dummy. It's okay. Now we'll teleport to the 4th floor real fast. Grab an amulet. This is the only item that we pick up and use in the entire game and the entire speedrun. Land on these feet right here. It's a little scary jump, but as long as you're kind of on the right of that table, you'll pretty much line yourself up to perfectly land on those feet. And then you can grab this right here, and then we teleport down to the first floor, and we're off on our way to kill Hornset. Pretty good time. We, that's like definitely, I don't think I've ever killed Mesmer before like 19, so even though it's only 1844, just shaving time off. It's really good. I'm giving that to Wajaz and teaching me how to jump off Torrent early. That's what that is. Oh, I forgot. I should have switched over to that. We'll do it now. We're a little late jumping off there, but it's okay. I try to always do like menuing and stuff while I'm in the on the elevators, because not a lot you can do on the elevators anyways. We'll keep on running even if we get hit by that, it's okay. But yeah, there's not a lot you can do while you're on the elevators, and so that's like a pretty good time to menu, to take care of stuff like that, pop a rune arc, whatever you want to do, because you're just kind of standing there waiting anyways. Why are there 3 chairs there? What is this? Vati, come tell me the lore of this little jar section, please. They're like 3 chairs facing this big door that you can't even use, which is really weird. Why do you put a big door in the in the game and then put a small door next to it and make it so you can only use one of them? It's real weird. It's not even, I don't think it's not even that it's locked. It's just like unusable. You just can't even interact with it. We're just gonna sprint across this bridge, and while that's happening, I'm gonna try to one hand sprint across this bridge while I get a drink real quick. I will say I feel like I've been better at not yawning. I'm gonna say that and start yawning, but I don't think I've been yawning as much today. Sometimes I'm just a yawn machine. They just come out of me, and they usually come out in like 3s, and I feel really bad that I'm just like opening my mouth and like breathing into the mic. But we're going to keep on going. Got nothing more to do. We'll just heal. We're not gonna grab any graces between that first floor grace that we were at and Hornsense, so we'll definitely try to top off our health as much as we can, just so we don't accidentally die somewhere dumb. We'll get on old Torrent boy here. And again, I was asking with Jaws about this. I think he said there's kind of like a rhythm to hitting the sprint button, so I'm gonna try to get into that rhythm and not just spam it. I forgot to ask Banjo. I need to today, if Banjo streams, I'm gonna ask him if he knows, because that was the suggestion from Wajaz too, is to ask Banjo, and I just completely forget. When I get into I could have jumped off quicker there. When I get into Banjo's stream, I'm usually just in awe with him just fighting the same enemy over and over again. It's crazy. I mean, I've been doing the same speedruns, so like I get how you can like do the same thing over and over again and still have fun, but he's just fighting like the same 5 enemies over and over again, which is nuts. I think he broke like 140 hours and he's got 7 of the bosses killed. He beat his first major boss, which is just crazy to me. I mean, if you take the speedrun that I'm doing and jam it into however many hours he's run, you could complete a ton of these runs, that's for sure. Ooh, I've never had this dude on the right. He's usually on the left. It's probably because we're just ahead of we're like ahead of time. That's a good sign. Usually when the enemies are in different areas, it usually means that we're kind of coming to them at different points in their little route, which is nice. I think I just heard a little sneeze from the doggo. Bless you, bless you. But yeah, we are making pretty good time. We'll hopefully get to Hornsent, maybe save like, you know, another 50 seconds or so. We'll dodge all the man flies. I like to call them fly guys. I think that just falls off the tongue a little bit better, but they are officially dubbed man flies in the actual game. And then we'll run past this dude. This is one of those things that I always kind of am sad about when I'm doing the speedrun. This guy was so fun to fight. I actually really liked fighting this dude. He's got some cool moves. He's got some crazy stuff. He does lots of damage. He's not a full-on boss or anything, but with the speedrun, we don't get to fight him. And that's why I want to try to do like challenge runs and stuff like that every now and then, just to not do the speedrun, because I want to experience the rest of the game. There's just a lot of the stuff in the game that I probably only did once, and I, even with challenge runs and stuff, I might never do again. Banjo actually mentioned that, and it made me kind of sad that there are some sections you play the game for the first time and you might go everywhere or whatever, You might go, you know, just to explore and stuff like that. But there might be some sections that once you've gone there once, you pretty much never go there again. Even in like a speed run or a challenge run, there's just not anything over there that's worth it for your run. And so you just never end up going over there, which is kind of like there's an invisible platform in this section somewhere. I'm not going to say where, but in this area, there's an invisible platform. I don't think I've ever gone on it more than the first time. And it's just stuff like that that you just never get to go back to. Because it's just a pretty expansive game, but you don't actually need to go to every nook and cranny for every run. And so it's fun to be able to explore and go to those places that are, you know, those areas you don't normally go to. That's why I'm interested in the bingo stuff, because I feel like the bingo squares will kind of get you to maybe fight an enemy that you normally wouldn't fight, or, you know, go to a section that you normally wouldn't go, or something like that. So I'm very, very interested in it. I think it'd be fun to do, but we are going to pray, hope, pray, prages in the chat that we don't die to these Kindred of Rot, because they can kill us, they can knock Torrent off. Oh, that's great. We don't want him to do any pest threads, and so ideally he does none. If he does one right there, that's okay. We just didn't fall off. We'll go ahead and heal. That was good. That's kind of the best thing we can ask for, is them to just kind of stare at us as we do it. And then we're going to do a little hop right there so we get a little distance out of the rot before we have to dismount from Torrent. Then we're going to buff up, and hopefully we'll have a pretty nice little clean Hornson here. He can either be really nice and let us hit him a lot, or he can be really mean and dodge a lot. So ideally he just kind of lets us smack him all over the place. He didn't even pull out his second sword yet. There it is. We usually want to kind of tuck him against the wall like this so then he can't dodge away. That's like the best thing. Oh, you don't want him to do the double backstep. That's not great, but we're fine. Wasn't terrible Torrent or Hornsent. We're gonna run over here. I always do the split at the Grace so I don't lose as much time, because we have to sit at this Grace anyways to use our skidoos. Oh, didn't click through all those. There we go. And then we will sit. We'll use the skidoos. Get to level 8, and then we'll hopefully have a nice clean Romina. Romina has been a little mean to us the last couple of days, but ideally we can kind of keep her, she's got pretty low poise, so ideally we keep her pretty staggered and don't let her roll around or do a lot of crazy moves. Well, RKR like always. There we go, that's a good move to start out, because now she's going to drag us around the arena. She didn't drag us for the last attack, so we didn't get the stagger off, but we just lost one little hit there. Not too bad. We'll get the riposte off. But yeah, you kind of want her Centipede to kind of wrap around you like that and to give you those attacks, which are really nice because it will drag you around the arena and you can get a bunch of free poke off on her. I don't know if I'll be able to grab the riposte. There we go. Actually, I was able to. She's going to go into phase 2, so we're actually just going to get one little quick cheeky swipe and then back off. We ended up not getting the swipe like I thought, but it's okay. She actually hurts herself if she spawns those butterflies near her, which is really funny. I think it's hilarious when a boss can hurt themselves with their own move. Watch out for the butterflies there. Oh. There we go. There's a stagger. Grab the riposte. Grab the riposte, and that should be the fight. There we go. We're just going to tab out real fast. There we go. Pretty clean Romina. I was like, you know, I do the split kind of before we sit down and do the stuff, but yeah, minute 30, minute 40 for the Romina fight. Sucks that we were on that side of the arena. If you noticed, I lost like 10 seconds just running from the far side of the arena to this side. I need to kind of like the hippo start kind of manipulating her in the fight and dragging her to the other side of the arena so that when I do kill her, I hopefully kill her right in front of that door. That would be kind of the ideal Romina fight, but not bad. We missed one jump attack, I think, or maybe two, which would have maybe gotten a stagger a little bit early or would have kind of kept her from running away from us a little bit. But other than that, we actually didn't see too many bad moves. She did her phase 2 move only once. She can do that like big swirl move more than one time, and she only did her little 3-hit swipe that she does only once as well, and that move can also lose you a lot of time. Hello, Sass. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hold on real quick. This guy's gonna do some crazy moves, but welcome. I really appreciate the follow. I'm gonna try not to die to this bird dude real fast. Welcome. We're on a pretty good PB pace right now, so I'm gonna try to keep it up, but I appreciate the follow, and stick around if you like any Elden Ring content. We probably will end up doing some challenge run stuff, but for right now, we're doing this little DLC only run. It's kind of a fresh DLC file when we jump into it, so we have to get some skidoos as we run around, or shadow blessings. But we end up at like level 9 for the whole fight, and we're right near the end, so hopefully you don't care about spoilers, because we are about to fight like one more little boss and then the final boss. So I'm hoping you're not worried about spoilers or anything, but feel free to stick around, ask questions, or just lurk. But I appreciate the follow, all that. We are a little scared of this lion boy, but we want him to do a melee attack if possible. He's gonna do it. And now we're really scared of these stairs. You see these little pillars of lights happening? They can stagger me if I'm not careful, so I'm going to try to dodge them as much as I can. Trying to run kind of left and right and reacting to them if they show up under my feet. But as you can see, if I do start getting hit by them, I just kind of keep getting hit by them, and it's really scary. And there's a lot of them, so we're just going to panic roll away. But yeah, thank you for the follow. And we stream about this time every day, except for we will be off tomorrow. Tomorrow's my one day off, so I can edit some videos and stuff like that. And then on the weekends, I will still stream Saturdays and Sundays, but I'll stream a little earlier. So if this happens to be a little late for you, I try to do some longer streams on the weekend, but a little earlier in the day, so I can maybe catch a EU viewer or two if this happens to be too late for them. We're going to try to jump through this window. And now we got these birds. They murdered us last time. Wajaz actually was laughing at us because he popped in just in time to see us die to these birds, but there are about 4 of them that we're a little scared of. We're going to try to dip around the corner there just for a second to dodge that, and then you can see those spells going off. We're just trying to not get hit by a lot of those little rings, because they can really start beating you up if you get hit by a bunch of those. But alright, we are close. We're about halfway through this little running section, and then the end of this speed run is pretty much just 2 fights back to back. So once we get done with this, it's fight, and then the thing is done. So if you're bored of the running, I'm sorry, there's a little bit of running involved in this run, but for the most part, we are pretty much done with it. We've got one more little scary boy to go through, but we are actually going to kind of sneak Solid Snake Splinter Cell style around him, and hopefully he won't be too big of a problem. We're going to go ahead and heal up just in case, though, because if we do die here, the run is pretty much over. All the time save we have is pretty much lost because we don't grab any graces, and so we are going to try to come over here. And we'll start crouching and running behind this stuff here. We'll hope this lion guy to our right doesn't see us. We'll pause just for a second, and as long as we're far enough to the left, I think he doesn't see us, we can kind of run past him. And I know for a speed run, it's kind of weird to crouch down and walk slow, but if we don't do that and we aggro that guy, he'll chase us up these stairs, and then we have to sit at the grace to reset him, and then we have to get up after we reset him, grab a skidoo, and then sit at the grace again. So technically, we actually save some time by just only having to sit at the grace once and being able to grab that blessing right there, or that fragment. And then now we can sit down, we can hit the grace one time, and then we'll start the fight. So like I said, we're pretty much done with all the traveling around. We've got like one little elevator that we'll ride, but that's pretty much it. We'll use all of our runes that we can right here. And then now we are on to the NPC fight, and I kind of figured out a way to maybe make this a little more consistent, so we will see. Ideally, we will kind of make this 2v2 fight a 1v1, and then hopefully we'll make it into a instead of a 1v1 or a 2v2, it'll be a 1v1 and then a 2v1 in my favor, because we'll have a little buddy coming to help us, the Sanguine Noble. He's our homie, but we will ideally kill one of these 2 guys before the other guy shows up. Because it just makes the fight a lot better. They all have heals, which is really scary if they use the heals. It makes the fight go slow. But we're 4 minutes ahead of where we normally are right here. So it's like, as long as we get this fight well, we can do this really, really good. So don't tarry now. It's fine. We'll summon our homie, Sanguine Noble. And then now we're going to go into the fight. We're going to buff up, and we're hopefully going to kill Dane, who's going to come in first. He's the monk. We're going to try to kill him in kind of 2 combos. We're going to go in, take about half his health, and then we're going to go back in and try to kill him in like one little combo really quick. So we'll try to buff up here. We don't want to move forward because we want him to spawn in this like right in front of us instead of the left or the right. RKR, start stepping forward. There we go. We're looking for about 6,500 damage. There we go. Hit him just a little bit more. Gonna RKR. Wait for our stamina. Oh, that was bad. There we go. Now we're gonna kill him here, hopefully. We don't have any stamina. That really sucks. We still got him, and Lada's right there. You can see that was close, but we got him. We did it. Lada actually was really nice. She can be really, really mean, and she can kind of start sprinting at you right away, or she can kind of just like backstep away from you and be nice. So we got him, and now we're just waiting for our Sanguine Noble homie, and we're going to try to drag Lada over to him. Here we go. And ideally, while she's fighting Sanguine Noble, while she just hit me and him, we will kind of keep her staggered. I want to heal up now. But kind of while she has her attention on him, ideally we just kind of together will do the combo like that and keep her staggered up, get some bleed procs on her, and just not ever let her really attack, which is really nice. We'll do it again. We'll try not to let her do her heal. There we go. And that's the fight. That's a really good, clean NPC fight. 35 is pretty nice. We're ahead of our PB by a lot. It takes about 5 minutes to kill Radahn. So like I said, if we can go up here and first try Radahn, we might be able to get like a 41, 42 out of this run if we're lucky. We got a little bit of running in we get teleported back and stuff, but this is PB pace. So hopefully you tuned in to see me do good, and I've been saying it sucks when people tune in to see me do bad, but this is actually a really, really good run. This is kind of what we've been looking for, because we've been trying to get a good first half of the run and a good back half of the run, because we either get one or the other. We usually don't get both, but we've actually gotten both now, so we're looking for a sub 43 for sure. But ideally, if the fight goes well and I first try it, maybe we can even get a little lower than that. But all right, like I said, we got a little housekeeping to do, so that's why I'm not like we're about to run in here and just immediately start the fight. But we gotta sit at this grace, we're gonna spin some runes, and we gotta switch over our mix physic tier, our Flask of Wondrous Physic. So we'll sit down, I'll try to menu as quick as I can. We'll try to get in here by about 37 if possible. Oh, not that, there we go. 60, 40, 60 is kind of our setup. I'm trying to menu and I'm not. There we go. And now we'll run up here. We're going to fight Radahn phase 1 just as is, and then we'll use buffs and stuff in phase 2 because I don't have a lot of magic or mana or whatever. We're going to skip the cutscenes. And here we go. Ideally wouldn't have got hit by those, but we're okay. We're still not in one-shot range. So we're always worried about the cross chop. He's pretty much always going to hit us with the cross chop. Actually, I'm really scared now. Okay, we're good. Because we're now in one-shot range, and so we're going to dodge this and heal up. We're actually just going to double heal, reset this fight so we don't have to worry about it. Because if he does cross chop us, we don't dodge it. We just get hit by it. So we got to be careful. There we go. There it is. But as long as we're not in one-shot range, we're okay. We got our frost proc off. We're looking for about 3 frost procs in the whole fight. We'll get the 1 there, and then we'll ideally get 1 more later on. Or 2 more into phase 2, I mean. Sorry. Sometimes my mouth doesn't work while I'm talking and fighting. Gotta watch my stamina. Oh. We're actually just gonna back off and heal again. Slowest thing we can do right now is die, so we might play this a little safer than we normally do. Did an extra dodge there, but we're okay. Want to get into phase 2 pretty soon. Still gotta watch my stamina. I keep doing a double punish that I shouldn't, and it's making my stamina go way down. But there we go, phase 2. Like I said, we're going to bait out a move and then try to buff up here. There we go. This is the move we want. This is the move we want. Then we're going to buff up. We're going to RKR. And we're not going to heal because we're not in one-shot range. So ideally, we should be able to take a move if we have to before we really have to heal. Panic roll to the right. Roll backwards, roll forwards. Then you just run straight away from him. Jump to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Always dodge the 5th one. You get a nice punish off. Again, gotta kind of watch my stamina, because it can get really low. Oh, I should have rolled that and I didn't. It's okay, we got our frost proc. We're gonna probably heal soon. Panic roll catch move, so he's trying to get you to, when he sticks up his arms like that, he's trying to get you to roll early and get caught by that move, so just be careful. This is where we'll heal. It's a perfect time, because we can heal there and even RKR. We gotta heal after this move. We'll even double heal just to reset. Missed a punish there, but we're okay. That was another panic roll catch move, but we got caught by it. It's okay. We're gonna run past him. And then we're gonna roll. We'll RKR. Panic roll to the right. We want to see this move as much as possible, because it allows us to heal and get a little double punish off. We like this move as well. Pretty easy to dodge, and we can always get an RKR off. He's going to do this move now. We're going to just run away perpendicular from him. Try not to run in front or behind him. For some reason, I've run like directly away from his face, and he's just come right down on top of me before. But if you do that, you're usually pretty good. We'll do one more heal for safety. Dodge through. Probably could have healed there so we don't get hit by something crazy, but we'll just hope we don't get anything crazy. We dodge this, we can heal here. Even if we get hit by that chop, we're okay. Again, we want to see this move as much as possible, because it allows us to get a double punish off. There we go. And that is a new PB. Oh my gosh, cut a lot of time down. We'll wait for the God Slain. 41-23. Boom, boom, boom. New PB right there. That is a clean run. That is going to be pretty hard to beat. I got to go look at it. That might have been deathless.